Hey, it's Risa G coming in from her cluttered kitchen, and it's Tip Tuesday once again. This week, I'm discussing fresh herbs, how to buy them, what to look for, how to store them, how to use them, and a little bit about the difference between fresh and dried, and what kind of foods, what kind of cooking are they good for, either one. All right. And we're going to start with some fresh herbs. Yesterday, I went to the farmer's market and I bought some beautiful fresh oregano. This piece broke, but anyway, I immediately came home and put it in a glass with some water. Same thing with these scallions, because I was afraid that they'd get too dried up without it before I had a chance to refrigerate it, and then I forgot to refrigerate it, so it was better off it was in water. All right, as you can see, it is turning a little yellow. I'll chop all that off and refrigerate it. Scallions, it's fine because they're not actually considered an herb, right? They're considered a vegetable, so I'll refrigerate those. But I brought up this beautiful oregano from Kimball's You Pick, my favorite organic garden slash farm in Belvedere on Upper Sarepta Road. I used to go and actually pick my vegetables and things there. Haven't done that in a while, but they do sell their produce and herbs and stuff at some of the farmers markets. One of them is the White Township one on Sunday mornings. Anyway, so I went and I bought this oregano because I did not buy an oregano plant like I usually do for the summer. As you can see, the leaves. As you can see, the leaves are nice and fresh and green and vibrant. And the smell is incredible. Okay, that's how you know it's fresh. Okay, even when you go to the supermarket. All right, I just bought this cilantro at the supermarket. The greens are nice and vibrant. They have a nice texture to them. They have a strong scent. Okay, now this is what I do when I get home from the supermarket or any place really with fresh herbs. Okay, the first thing I do is well, first of all, I take the thing off. I pick off any leaves that don't look exactly right, and then I trim the ends till it's even. Okay, and then I throw it in a glass, not a plastic cup, a glass with some water, and then you take a plastic bag, okay? Because what you're really doing is making sort of like a greenhouse, okay? And try to tuck everything under, okay? Usually I use a really long bag, but right now I'm just going to use this to show you. And then you secure it with a band, okay? And then either you put it in your kitchen window, or if it's way too bright, it's a very bright window, then just put it on your counter, okay? Obviously I don't have room right now over here, but you keep it on your counter. Do not, under any circumstances, with what they call delicate herbs or soft herbs, basil, cilantro, herbs like that, okay? Do not, under any circumstances, refrigerate them, because they will turn black and they will die and they'll be disgusting. I mean, really disgusting. Okay. Put them like this. Put them in a window. It should last about a week. Okay. That's what I would do with fresh herbs. Okay. I just picked these chives from my yard. Okay. Because I do the same thing. Okay, I'm not going to do it right now, but I cut a little bit off and I stick it in a glass. in either a window or on the counter. All right, when it comes to like what they call woody herbs or tough herbs, like rosemary, thyme, okay, herbs like that, I don't have any fresh. When you have tough herbs or woody herbs, oregano, rosemary, thyme, herbs like that, you do the same thing, cut off the stems, put them in a glass, but those you can refrigerate. They will last also about a week in the refrigerator, maybe slightly longer. Sometimes I just wrap them in paper towel and stick them in the vegetable drawer, on the top of the vegetable drawer, so that they don't get pushed under. Then you forget about them and they're gross after a week or two. Okay, they tend to stay much better in the refrigerator. They don't die, they don't get black, they don't get gross. All right, the leaves aren't as tender, so there's no problem with that. Okay, now when you want to cook with them, what's the difference? What kind of things do you use them in? All right, fresh herbs are used where you want the fresh flavor, the fresh scent. Okay, you sprinkle them, mince them up and sprinkle them and put them on top of like a fresh food, or just like, you know, pasta, even salads. All right, you can throw the leaves into salads. They're wonderful. That's a great tip. Okay, you want to make an interesting salad, throw some fresh herbs in. Delicious. But if you have if you don't know what to do with the fresh herbs when you're used to dried herbs, all right, you first of all, if it's basil or cilantro, parsley, what you can do is you can line them up, right? You know, stack them, okay? Stack the leaves, roll them like you would almost like a cigarette, all right? Roll them into like a long, skinny like tube, okay? And then with a sharp knife, slice across. That's called either chiffonade or a julienne. That's the best way to cut them, okay? But if you do have dried herbs and that's all you have, remember that those are best in long cooking foods, braises, stews, chilies, things like that, okay? The fresh herbs are better mixed in at the very end, so you really taste their fresh smell, their fresh taste, and that way you really smell them, okay? Because otherwise they'll cook down and you won't taste them at all, okay? Some chefs say to put some in the beginning and then some at the end. I put dried herbs in first, let them kind of brown and cook and flavor the base, the carrots and all that, all right? And then I put some of this in at the end. I put basil or oregano, something in at the very, very end of cooking, okay? So you really taste it. All right, so anyway, so I hope that those are very helpful tips on breaking the confusion of what to do with fresh herbs. Linked to this video is also a wonderful article I found online that tells you all of this and more. I mean, it even has like a great chart that you can print out that tells you what dish, what kind of herb and what kind of dish and all that. I don't have time here to get into that. Maybe one day I will. Anyway, I hope that this information was helpful and that you please like the video, share it, and of course subscribe and press that little bell and come back again to Teresa's Cluttered Kitchen for more fun recipes and tips.